Will and I have been traveling full time in an RV for about 4 months. We started off in Pennsylvania and made our way down to the southwest so that we could stay warm for the winter, and we have been boondocking in the Arizona desert for about a month. While we really love being in Arizona and in the desert, we want to make it back to the northeast in the springtime when it's warmer again to spend some time with family and friends. So our next stop is Texas, and we're prepping the RV to leave our boondocking spot where we have no hookups and using solar panels for our electric, and make our way for a 3-day journey across Arizona, New Mexico, and south central Texas. Definitely one of the downsides of full-time RV traveling and living is all of the prep it takes when you're, hitching and unhitching and going from place to place. It'll typically take us at least about 2 hours when we're leaving, and then another 2 hours when we're arriving somewhere. When we're boondocking without any hookups, it actually takes us a little bit less of time to get ready just because we don't have to deal with our whole water and sewer hookup and detaching and getting that all set to go. The main thing that's different would just be our portable solar panels and setting that up, making sure our solar generator is charged, and then putting it all away once that's done. Once we're all hitched up, it's time to leave our campsite, say goodbye to our friend Sarah we met along the way, and hit the road. We do have 3 days of traveling ahead, and we plan to stay one night in a Cracker Barrel and one night at a rest stop. So, again, there aren't any hookups in those areas. Our first stop along our trip was at a rest stop where we actually realized that our left blinker and left brake light was not working. We tried to switch out the bulb with our spare that unfortunately we dropped. We were able to get it working by using some sandpaper along the corrosion of the light bulb, but eventually we were able to stop at a Walmart and get a replacement, and that did the trick. Once we got to the Cracker Barrel for our first night, we made some pizza, and we always try to conserve our lights and energy while we're there since we don't have any hookups. In the morning, we do a quick walkthrough to make sure everything's okay, and then it's back on the road. We always plan our diesel stops in advance using RV Life's Trip Wizard, which has really come in handy, especially since we have a diesel truck and can't just stop at any gas station, and it takes in our size to make sure we're not going somewhere where we wouldn't be able to get out. We just made it out of El Paso, Texas from Las Cruces, where we stayed at the Cracker Barrel. Yesterday the drive went pretty well. It took us about 8 hours, even though RV Life said it would take under 5. So just goes to show to always leave room for error or slow driving. In yesterday's drive, our TV officially came completely off the mount, but good thing that we were being proactive and strapped it, so it should still be hanging by the straps, but we'll see when we get to the rest stop for tonight. It was a fairly cloudy and foggy day, but all around beautiful, especially with the mountains. Lunch at the Loves, our vegan wraps, chickpea tuna. We have the Bluetti AC200L portable power station that came with the 400 watts of solar panels, but additionally we also have 800 watts of solar panels on our roof along with a lithium battery and an inverter. So with that whole setup, we're able to boondock in the desert. We were able to do that for a total of 6 weeks actually without ever having to be connected to the grid. For those total of 6 weeks, we did have to go to the dump station 2 times and fill up our water once. So we've got a good setup to kind of keep us going without hookups for quite a while. And then we finally made it to our rest stop in Texas, which was great. Great views, a little noisy, but we felt super safe, and it recharged us for another day of driving. Where we're going in Texas has a full hookup campground, so we're really excited because it's actually been a total of 8 weeks since we were at a full hookup campground. We love when the GPS takes us off the highway and through little towns, so we get to see more of America during our driving trip. It was still super rainy when we got to our campground in Columbus, Texas, but we always like to take a walk around the campground to kind of get our bearings and just kind of take a look at what will be our home for the next few weeks. Our campground was right on the Colorado River. Another weekend, we went to go see one of the wildlife refuges. And Austin wasn't too far away, so we made a day trip out of that as well.